Hey guys, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. We just stopped in to talk to Watson, tell him about the exciting harpooning experiment that we're setting up. I guess we're going to meet him over at the butcher's. I'm not sure why Holmes and Watson never travel in the same vehicle.
Oh, Holmes doesn't like to travel in the same vehicle as others.
Okay.
I need to take a harpoon with me.
What?
Find a harpoon first.
No, we said that there was one.
Gotta get back to the Woodman's Lee.
For some reason, I figured we'd take
wait a
the
minute.
pig there.
This means that the butcher is just going to let us throw harpoons at the pigs he's got in stock, just sitting there.
I guess so. I feel like that's probably bad for the meat on the pig.
Yeah. Why don't we have a harpoon with us at all times? Should we check in on Mrs. Carey?
She's gonna be pissed if that body's still there.
Right? Yeah, if it's still there, Jesus Christ.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
Oh, right.
Could have done
I'm
this
not
yesterday, I
sure.
imagine.
It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you,
So his
madam.
papers are missing. And what kind of papers are they?
I have no idea. Find a harpoon for an experiment. It's really weird that it goes bottom up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ooh.
Jesus.
That should do it.
Where's the harpoon? There it is. Headed to the butcher. Is he in a horse-drawn carriage? Yeah, he is.
Maybe.
Was there moto cars in Holmes times? Probably just the beginning
The
days.
beginning, yeah, 1895.
Woof. I think the butcher did it.
Thanks for getting this all set up, dude. It's really nice of you.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test. Holmes, you should try to aim better
Meh.
and throw as hard as you can.
Okay.
Ooh, nice one.
It can be done.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
One.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
So Watson was just here to set it up and pay.
Yeah.
He didn't even get to throw the
Yeah.
harpoon.
Watson will enjoy this. Watson, pay the man. Thank you, Watson. Just hoping for an Easter egg in here or something. Head back to...
I don't think we needed a fresh pig the second time we shot the harpoon.
Where do you think I'm supposed to go back to now? Like, I mean, all my tasks are investigate the murder. Should I go back to Woodman's Lee and, like... Now that I have a little bit more info, let's
back
ask
to
him
the
about the
Scotland
tin
Yard.
box.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be available.
Shit, I can totally go for bacon right now.
When can you not go for bacon?
After I've eaten a lot of bacon.
Or cooked a lot,
Yeah.
and that house smells like it.
Or after a pig roast at my uncle's house.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Baker Street, look at our our archives.
Really? What indicates
Maybe.
that?
Maybe in Sherlock games you often have to go back to Baker Street and just hash things out by reading books.
Okay, I'll consult with Watson anyway.
Doggy, I love you.
Dare I? Damn it.
Ah! I swear I saw a nipple.
The texture popping makes it worse.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect. Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Oh. Oh yes, he mentioned his archives. Search for Dawson.
Right. Damn, you really have to be on it. 83.
The Dawson Nelligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. The liquidation of the company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht preparing a departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by police and his creditors.
Okay, so that explains the ring and the notepad. It is, and the jacket being his daddy's.
Could a bank's bankruptcy have to do with a shipping expedition gone sour? Like, could it be that someone blames this whaler for the loss of funds? Like, how did his career end, really, in
Here it
whaling?
is.
I guess is what I'm
Now
saying.
I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Is it possible that it was the captain's fault
Yeah, I wonder.
somehow? Oh, Sorry, Watson.
We just need to make sure you've made your bed every day.
You know, I was just thinking, I think it was Murdoch Mysteries recently had a similar moment where a person was noticed to be wearing stuff they shouldn't based on their class.
Oh yeah.
Just a weird coincidence. Fleur-de-lis on the end. I thought we were in England.
Huh, yeah.
What the fuck's that all about?
Why does England have fleur-de-lis?
England's supposed to hate the French. Age-old rivals.
So many flies are around these lights.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
But what? Oh, we can examine the ship's logs now?
So I guess we'll head back.
Woodmansley.
Yeah. So, how long? He was still sailing at that time? 10 years ago?
I think 85 is when he retired.
And he had made a fortune.
Yeah.
Is it possible that the bankruptcy was actually embezzling?
Maybe.
Still gotta find some boots for those. Big boots.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
Peter Carey, master. First mate. Henry Troy.
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August.
Hello.
These pages have been torn away. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Watson channels the deceased. Watson, I need to borrow your Megadama.
Fuck, he has one of those. It's awesome.
Wiggins might help to find the crew of the Sea Unicorn. He should be somewhere at Baker Street. Wiggins?
Maybe go over
Why is Wiggins at Baker Street?
the profile. Why not?
I would go to
Maybe he's not like in our house. He's just having a coffee nearby.
But how would Holmes know? We were just at Baker Street.
Yeah, but back then people kept very strict schedules, and they had to have their tea time at a certain
So
time, and they
apparently-
had to have it in a certain spot.
Inspector Wiggins appears at our house every day at a certain time? Okay.
Mrs. Hudson makes a really good tea. He knows because he's Holmes.
Isn't Wiggins the inspector?
No, that's Lestrade.
Oh, that's Lestrade.
Lestrade.
Who's Wiggins?
We're about to find out.
Wiggins.
I don't think we know him.
I'm trying to think back to any time.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard,
Cool.
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
and who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Watson, summon my harem of boys. Right away, sir. All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.